IMCA Modified Heat Race number 1. Chris Morris, your pole sitter, with the 911 of Josh McGay on the outside. Row number 2 out of Robstown, Texas, the number 89 of Stephen Whitaker Jr. The 77 of Garrett Gregory on his outside. Row number 3, Mr. William Gould, last night's winner. And the 17T of Cody Tidwell on the outside. That's row number 3. Row number 4, another Oklahoma driver out of Noble, Oklahoma. A young man. Texas. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. The IMCA Modified is ready to take the green flag here. Heat race number 1 for these guys. All right, I don't believe that number 7 is he is not showing in my lineup here, so there may be a little issue there with him. That might be why they're confused on the lineup. We'll see here. I don't see him in the lineup anywhere, as a matter of fact. We'll see if they can get that sorted out. All right. All right, for you folks who have tuned in on Facebook, our live look-in sponsored by Friesen Performance Chevrolet. We welcome you to the broadcast. We're at Kennedale Speedway Park tonight. This is the 3rd night of the tour for the IMCA All-Star Shootout. And we are at you're fixing to look at the first heat race, the very first heat race for the IMCA Modifieds. We've already ran the Southern Sport mods and then the Class of B mods, and then we're going to run the Modifieds now. So you're just in time to catch that. We thank Friesen for Performance for sponsoring not only the live look-in, but the lineups as we go through the races tonight. They're on imca.tv. This will give you a clue what kind of racing. We got a great track, great shape here. The track is in great shape here tonight, so be sure and get that subscription so that you can watch all of the racing action here tonight. And then we'll be in Waco tomorrow night to wind up this tour. Had a couple of great nights getting things kicked off. Tracks were a little rough, a little tricky because of the weather that we had, but the racing was completed anyway, and a lot of the guys that we have survived that are here tonight and ready to get back underway. All right. Chris Morris, your pole sitter. A driver that is paralyzed from the waist down. And I tell you what, he has not let that hinder him from whatever he wants to do in life. And we applaud him for that. He does runs a construction company, I think, and then races. And you wouldn't have any idea that he handles that car, controls that car all with hand equipment there. So keep your eye on that number 94, Chris Morris. All right. Looking for the green flag as they come out of turn number 4. Chris Morris is on the gas, jumps to the early lead down the front stretch. Stephen Whitaker Jr. in the 89 battles with that 77 of Gregory. Oh, it's going to make it 3 wide down the back stretch. Whitaker on the inside, Morris in the middle, and McGay on the outside. Looks like McGay going to fall back a little bit. He's going to try to stick his nose in there between Morris and Whitaker. And he gets his nose kind of slapped on him, and he has to back off a little bit. It's still door to door between Whitaker on the inside, Morris on the outside. They roll through 3 and 4. And Morris going to carry momentum out of 4 down the front stretch, and he leads here in lap number 2. Whitaker still trying to work that lower groove there. Morris working the high groove. Man, he is up against the wall, pushing that cushion out of turn number 4. And that momentum is going to keep that number 94 right out front. Whitaker in the second spot, McGay in third, but here comes that number 17 machine of Cody Tidwell. Tidwell working that high groove, trying to put the pressure on the McGay for that third spot. And then we got Gregory in the 4th spot. Morris, high, wide, and handsome through 1 and 2, makes it look really pretty, pushing that cushion around the top there. And he's going to do the same over. Oh, he taps the wall, and that is going to break his momentum and allow Whitaker to get the lead as they cross the line here with 4 to go. Whitaker still working that low line. Morris, a little trouble there out of turn number 2. Had a little break in his momentum. That's going to hurt him as Tidwell moves up to 3rd. Whitaker loving that bottom groove, making it work for him as they take the 2 to go. 2 more laps to go. And here we go, out of turn number 2 down the back stretch. Whitaker off into turn number 3 and 4, and it's going to be the white flag. 1 more lap to go. William Gould trying to work his way forward. He works back there in the 6th spot now behind Garrett Gregory and the 911 of McGay. Looks like he's going to battle Gregory. No, Gregory's going to pull. Well, maybe he is going to pull beside him. But out of turn number 4, it is going to be Stephen Whitaker with the win. Chris Morrison second, Tidwell in 3rd. McGay going to hold on for 4th. Looks like Gould is going to get 5th away from Gregory. So that is your top 5. Good racing action here in heat race number 1 for your IMCA Modifieds. Heat race number 2 coming up next. Young lady out of Lubbock, Texas, Kensington Ogle, is our pole setter, and we did a live interview with her in the pits up there at Southern Oklahoma Speedway. You can look that up on the All-Star Shootout Facebook page and catch that interview we did with her. Also did one with her dad, Vince Ogle, and her brother, Cade Ogle, who are all racing here tonight. So some interesting interviews to check out there on the All-Star Shootout Facebook page. 48, Danny Patterson going to line up on the outside. Row number 2 on the inside, 28H. Darrell Hughes, the second. The 71, Chad Melton. Chad Melton, the hard charger, Monday night up there at Southern Oklahoma Speedway. Row number 3 on the inside, the 24, Jake Upchurch. The 6R, Jacob Perkle on the outside. Row number 4 on the inside, the 03 of Mike Hathcock, and the 7G, David Good Jr. Row number 5, it is the number 7 of Steve Askew, the 163 of Hardy Henderson. And Chad Cox going to round out your field in that good-looking number 99 ride. Now, he rolled that car at Boyd last night. Rolled it in turn number 3. It was kind of an easy roll, but it did definitely roll. One complete side rollover. Landed back on its feet, and he cranked it back up and finished the race. So I tell you what, Chad Cox came here with his race game face on, and I expect good things out of him here tonight. Kensington Ogle has already picked up a win. I believe it was out at Abilene, and she was able to hold off Fast Freddie Wotek, who is well known as a speed demon out there. So she has got one feature win under her belt. Grew up racing the junior mini stocks, and her dad went and looked at this. I believe it's a OS1 chassis that was a 2017 chassis that someone had purchased and never had raced. And he went to look at it to buy it for himself. Well, Kensington got in it, and she said, "I want to race this, Dad." And you know what dear old Dad did? He gave that car to his daughter, Kensington, and she has been racing it ever since. I think this is her 2nd season in it. Pretty quick young lady. She made the A main at Boyd last night and came up through the field, I think advanced 7 spots. I don't remember exactly where she finished. I'll look that up. But, man, that young lady did a great job. All right, here we go. Kensington Ogle on the gas. Now 48, Danny Patterson. And Patterson in a battle now with Chad Melton. Ooh, man, here they come in a swarm. 28 machine of Darrell Hughes and the 6 of Perkle. 24 of Upchurch. All trying to work their way forward. And Chad Melton with the lead down the backstretch, pulls away from the field now, gets a little bit high over there in turn number 4, but he just scoots right on around it. Hughes up in the 2nd spot, Perkle in 3rd now. Good battle there for 4th between the 24 of Upchurch, and I believe that is the 7 of, I thought that was David Good Jr., but they're showing it to be Askew, so I'm not sure who that is. 7G, that should be David Good Jr. I don't see Askew out there. All right, Chad Melton stretching out a big lead now over that 28 of Hughes as they come off. Oh, a little contact over there between Purple and Good Jr. No harm, no foul. They're both underway. Darrell Hughes in the 28 sitting in the second spot trying to hold off the charges mounting up between the 6R of Purple and the 7G of Good as they come around out of turn number 4. And we're 4 laps in, 4 to go. 5 laps in, 3 to go this time across the line. Oh, there's the 99 of Chad Cox having trouble. He's going to pull it down to the infield. There's Askew. So, Good must be a late entry here because they don't have him on the lineup. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I'm sorry. Got the 7G there. I didn't see that. Started back there on the 4th row on the outside. So, that big lead that Chad Melton had worked up over the field is going to be gone now. Darrell Hughes and Jacob Purkle are going to start side by side right there behind him on this restart. Once again, for you guys doing a live look-in, sponsored by Friesen's Performance Chevrolet on Facebook. We welcome you to the broadcast. We hope you enjoy watching the racing action here, third night for the IMCA All-Star Modified Shootout. And we are on night number 3 at Kennedale Speedway Park tonight. And we'll wrap things up here and go to Waco tomorrow and conclude the tour in Waco. Had great racing up at Ardmore on Thursday night and then moved to Boyd last night. We had 50 modifieds in Ardmore and we had 40 modifieds in Boyd last night. And, let me see. Let me look again. I forgot how many we got here tonight, but let me look. Forty-two modifieds here tonight, and we've got 27 iStocks and 43. Actually, got 43 sport mods. So, good turnout tonight for the All-Star Modified Shootout. We thank each and every one of our race teams for participating in the tour this year. They do have some great-looking tour T-shirts on sale. Now, I have not been in contact with Nick and don't know where they've got those for sale at, but if you haven't got one of those, be sure and look those up. They've got those in red and black and got a great logo on them, so be sure and look those up. Try to get you one of those before they're sold out. All right, they got some debris over there in the apex of turn 3 and 4 that they're trying to get pulled out of the track. Sometimes when that gets run over, it can get down in the track pretty deep and be hard to retrieve out of this wet clay. So they're going to try to get that out. Maybe save some damage to the cars or drivers here coming up a little bit later on. All right, this is heat race number 2 for you folks on the live look-in. Heat race number 2 for the IMCA Modifieds. We've got 4 heat races tonight. And currently, the 71 of Chad Melton is in the lead. And it looks like there is some oil on the track over there in 3 and 4. I'm assuming that Chad Cox blew a motor, and that was what caused his trouble over there. And they're having the cars run through that. And look, I guess they're picking up pieces of that motor. It must have exploded. Looks like they're picking up pieces of that motor over there in turn number 4. And Garrett is kind of zooming in on the they got up some pliers that they're picking those hot engine parts up out of the track with and trying to keep those from being picked up by a tire and thrown up into one of the cockpits and maybe bringing some damage to one of our drivers. We certainly wouldn't want to see that. All right, looks like they have got everything cleared to their satisfaction. So we'll be lining these guys back up and get back underway just shortly. Good crowd here at Kennedale Speedway Park tonight. And for those of you who couldn't be here and tuned in on IMCA TV, welcome to our broadcast. Chad Melton, your leader, he was the hard charger for the opening night up there in Ardmore. And I think he advanced like 17 positions and came away with the hard charger award. Sponsored by 4G Machine and Fabrication. Johnny Clinton, Beth Coffee. All right, here we go out of turn number 4. Green flag's back out, and Chad Melton back on the gas. Perkle goes up high side there with Melton, as does the 24th, Jake Upchurch. Hughes working that low side. We'll see. Oh, he slides up to the middle groove as they go through 3 and 4. Perkle hanging on to the second spot. Hughes falls into third. They take the 2 to go as they cross the line that time. It is Melton out front. Perkle in second. Hughes in third. Upchurch in the fourth spot. David Good Jr. in the fifth spot. 1 lap to go for your leader, Mr. Chad Melton. Upchurch putting a mountain of challenge to the 28 of Hughes, trying to get by him for that third spot as they come out of turn number. Oh no! Upchurch in the wall as your leader Melton takes the checkered flag. He gets the lead. He gets the win with Perkle in second, Hughes in third, Good Jr. in fourth, and the 163 of Hardy Henderson coming across the line there in the fifth spot. Oh man, that's so unfortunate for Jake Upchurch. Just got a little bit loose up there on the high side. Got into the wall there. Hopefully there's not much damage. We'll see as he comes by. Well, there is some damage at least. Yeah, it looked like he at least blew out a tire, and I don't know about the right rear. He must have slapped that wall pretty hard. Got some parts and pieces hanging off of it. So Perkle going to try, or not Perkle, but Upchurch going to try to limp back to the pits, and they'll go to work on that car and try to get him ready to come back out. Looks like he did bend that wheel or bend the axle on the right rear. That's unfortunate. Hate to see that for him. All right, heat race number 3 on deck now. The AJ John White Jr. going to be your pole setter. David Gonzalez Jr. in the 39. He's going to be lined up on the outside. Row number 2, 27 of Mike White. The 49, Justin Sternberg. Row number 3, the 715. That's Chase Dowdy. The 42 of Bo Collins. Row number 4, the 101, Tanner Whitmire. The 171, Michael Marishik. Row number 5, the 178, Tommy Davis Jr. And the 711 machine of Tommy Adams. All right, waiting for our cars to come out. Looks like we got a hiccup down there somewhere. Not sure what's going on. We'll get them rolled out here as quick as we can, get underway. All right, I heard a car fire up there, and maybe he was having some trouble, and had to have a little help. Hopefully, they got him underway now. All right, looks like that 49 machine is the one having some trouble. We'll see what's up with that. All right, just got the word from Garrett, our cameraman. This will be the last feature, the last heat race that will feature on the live look-in, sponsored by Friesen Performance Chevrolet. So once this is over with, we invite you to go to imca.tv and buy a subscription. You can watch the rest of the racing here tonight. It's promising to be a really good night of racing. And then come back tomorrow and watch us wrap up this tour down at Waco at Heart of Texas Speedway. So the 49 machine looks like he is, Justin Sternberg, going to have to take it back to the trailer and do some more work on it. Maybe he'll be able to come out in the B main. We'll see here a little bit later. All right. John White Jr. and David Gonzalez Jr. A couple of juniors on the front row there. And we got Mike White and Bo Collins there, row number 2. Row number 3, 715 Chase Dowdy. And the 171 Michael Marshik out of Midland, Texas. Midland, Texas racer. All right, here we go. Down the back stretch. Looking for the start coming out of turn number 4. They're starting to pick up the throttle now. It's John White Jr. going to get them started as they come out of turn number 4. Go by that little green flags in the air, and we are racing. And John White Jr. goes, oh, and Gonzalez gets loose, and he's going to collect Adams, and it looks like the 711 of Larry, no, not the 178 of Tommy Davis Jr. Maybe the caution flag comes out before they ever get a lap in. All right, so they'll line them back up and try this one more time. Once again, we want to thank Karen Davis for sponsoring a free digital package for the long-distance driver here tonight. And I know McCurdy is here from Phoenix, Arizona in his stock car. And that's a little over 1,100 miles, I think, to Kennedale. And then Donnie Singer was down from Waldo, Wisconsin last night. And he was at Boyd, and he's about 1,150 miles to Boyd, so a little bit farther here. But we'll see if one of those gets that or someone else. All right. Looking for the start. One more time around. We'll get this one back underway. Hopefully get a lap in this time. And here we go, coming out of turn number 4. We're going to be looking for that green flag. It is John White Jr. and Mike White on the outside. White gets the jump, takes the lead off down into turn number 1. He goes high, wide, and handsome. Mike White goes low out of turn number 2. Bo Collins up to 3rd, Marishik in the 4th spot. Larry Adams trying to work his way forward in that hot number 711. John White Jr. getting it done on that high side, pushing the cushion around the top of 1 and 2 down the back stretch. He goes. Mike White in the 27 on the inside with Bo Collins on the outside. Now they are battling for that 2nd spot. Looks like Mike White going to hold him off. Bo Collins still in 3rd. And they go door to door out of 2 down the back stretch. Larry Adams working his way forward in that 7-11 ride. Gets by the 17 of Marishik. He goes to 4th. Collins going to get past the 27 of Mike White. Put Collins in 2nd. Collins going to step up in that high groove right behind John White Jr. He said, John White's doing so good up there. I think I'll get up there and follow. Let's see if he can. Oh, the Marishik slaps the wall over in turn number 3, but he eases out of it and able to keep it running. It's John White Jr. out front. Bo Collins in the 2nd spot. Mike White in 3rd. Here comes Tanner Whitmire out of nowhere. Tanner Whitmire up to the 4th spot now. Marishik up high again over there in turn number 3. John White Jr. making it look really easy out front in that 8J ride. Bo Collins trying to run him down, trying to find a line that will gain him just a little bit of an advantage. Tanner Whitmire works to the inside. That number 27 of Mike White looks like he's going to get that as they come out of turn number 2 down the back stretch. Put Tanner Whitmire in 3rd, Mike White back to 4th. All right, coming up on 1 to go out of turn. Oh, no, Mike White and Marishik do a synchronized spin over there in turn number 4. The only difference is Mike White able to keep her rolling. Marishik Looks like he's having trouble getting her fired back up, so he rolls to the infield. So we're going to stay green and come to the checkers. Going to be John White Jr. with the win. Bo Collins in second. Whitmire in the third spot. I believe that is Tommy Davis Jr. in the fourth spot. And then the 7-11 of Larry Adams in fifth. So good racing action there in heat race number 3 for IMCA Modifieds here at this All-Star event. For you guys looking in on Facebook, on imca.tv, we will, I think they're going to probably pull that off now. So we would invite you to go to imca.tv and buy you a subscription for tonight. Just about the price of a pit pass or a couple of grandstand seats, and you can watch all the action here tonight. Heat race number 4 for your IMCA Modifieds coming up next, the 9JR out of Rosebud, Arkansas. It's Spencer Hartwick, young man that we did an interview with up in Oklahoma on Thursday night.